You've been lied to about what a successful morning looks like. Not by one person, by an entire industry built on selling you the idea that waking up at 5 a.m., taking a cold shower, and journaling for an hour is what separates the people who win from the people who don't. You tried it. It didn't stick. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you blamed yourself. Don't. Because after analyzing the routines of over 300 high performers, the real patterns look nothing like what the internet sells you. Today, that changes.
Why your routines keep failing. Here's the real reason your routines fall apart. You're not lazy. You're not undisciplined. You're not broken. You've been copying the wrong things. Every time you see someone's morning routine, the 5 a.m. alarm, the cold shower, the 2-hour block of solitude, you try to paste their entire life onto yours. But you have different energy, different responsibilities, different goals, a different life. Copying a routine one-to-one doesn't work. Copying the principles behind it, that's what actually works. Successful people don't all wake up at the same time. They don't all meditate. They don't all have the same schedule. But when you look closely, really closely, 5 patterns show up again and again, and none of them require a 5 a.m. alarm.
Pattern 1. They protect their first hour. 73% of high performers do not check their phone first thing in the morning, not because they're disciplined robots, but because they understand something most people don't. The first hour of your day sets the emotional tone for everything that follows. The moment you pick up your phone, you've handed control of your mind to someone else. Their notifications, their updates, their urgency, their world, and you haven't even brushed your teeth yet. Successful people don't all wake up early, that part is a myth, but they all control what happens in their first 60 minutes. No emails, no social media, no reacting to other people's priorities, just their own mind, quiet, clear, and pointed at what matters most to them. Your first hour is yours. Protect it like it's the most valuable thing you own. Because it is.
Pattern 2. They batch similar tasks. 68% of high performers group similar work together into dedicated blocks. All calls in one block. All emails in one block. All deep-focused work in one block. They don't bounce between tasks randomly throughout the day. They don't answer an email, then do creative work, then jump on a call, then go back to thinking. And there's a reason for this. Every time your brain switches between different types of tasks, it pays a cost. Researchers call it a cognitive switching penalty. Your brain needs time to fully disengage from one context and load another. Most people spend their entire day switching and wonder why they feel exhausted by 3 p.m. despite not finishing anything meaningful. Less context switching equals more actual progress. It sounds simple. It changes everything.
Pattern 3. They schedule recovery like work. This one is the one nobody talks about. 81% of high performers deliberately block time for rest in their schedule. Not, I'll rest when I'm done, not rest as a reward, not rest as something that happens when everything else is finished. Scheduled, protected, non-negotiable, walks, workouts, doing nothing at all. Recovery is not the opposite of productivity. It is part of it. Your brain cannot operate at high output indefinitely. The science on this is clear. Periods of deep rest are what allow periods of deep work to exist. You cannot have one without the other. The people who never stop, who grind without pausing, don't last. They burn out. They get sick. They fall apart quietly. The people who schedule recovery like a meeting, they keep going year after year because they treat rest not as weakness, but as strategy.
Pattern number 4. They review their day for 5 minutes. 64% of high performers end their day with a short personal check-in. Not a 2-hour journaling session, not a complex productivity system. 5 minutes, 3 questions. What worked today? What didn't? What is the one most important thing for tomorrow? That's it. Most people end their day by collapsing onto a couch and scrolling until they fall asleep.
They carry whatever went wrong into the next morning without ever processing it. High performers close the loop. They extract the lesson while it's still fresh. They enter the next day already knowing what matters most. Small daily adjustments beat big monthly overhauls every time. 5 minutes a night compounds into something extraordinary over a year.
Pattern 5. Don't copy routines, copy systems. This is the one that ties everything together. You don't need their 5 a.m. wake up. You need protected focus time, whatever hour works for your life. You need batched similar tasks so your brain can stop switching and start finishing. You need scheduled recovery so you can keep going without burning out. You need daily micro reviews so every day teaches you something about the next. Build your routine around these 4 principles, not around someone else's alarm clock. The routine that works is the one built for your life, shaped around your energy, your goals, and your reality.
Conclusion. 5 patterns. Every single one backed by data. None of them require perfection. Protect your first hour before the world gets to you. Batch your tasks. Stop switching. Start finishing. Schedule your recovery. Rest is not a reward, it's a requirement. Review your day for 5 minutes. Close the loop, carry the lesson. And stop copying routines. Start copying systems. Because the version of you that builds a life that works isn't copying someone else's morning. They're building their own. Start tonight. Pick one of these 5, just one, and see what shifts. If this made you think differently about your day, subscribe. The next video is already waiting for you.